Yo, what's up everybody? Before we get started, let's play a little game. Can you guys guess what anime this song is from?
It was sudden night. Eclipse was beginning. 重ね合う刹那を人へよんと信じ込む
Before we get started, I just want to give a big shout out to Surge for sponsoring this video and this episode. So, awesome thanks to them. I'm just kidding. I wish they sponsored me. I'm not big enough. But, or Big Red or Surge are my top two favorites. But anyways, your clue for this this song is it is a vampire anime that came out within the last 2 years. I think I said that in good English. What's up, everybody? Yo, what's up, everybody? Seds here, and today I'm doing an anime review on Goblin Slayer. So I'm going to be brief on covering what this is about, as honestly the title tells you exactly what it's about. It is really just about a goblin slayer and his journey. So with that being sled that being sled, let's kick it over to my thoughts.
久我山のワンルームマンションで一人暮らし
本当なのかよその話はよ嘘だったらぶっ殺すぞ
Man, fucking Goblin Slayer. So this anime, I'm gonna kind of spoil episode 1 a little bit, but it's for a reason. I mean, because if anybody follows me, they know how much I hate spoiling, and I try to stay as organic and neutral in the in the reviews as I possibly can. But in this case, I feel like it's kind of important to explain episode 1 because then it explains like my thoughts and views and all of that stuff towards it. So, and I want to make sure we're all kind of on the same page. Okay, so long story short, it's about this girl. She's this priest, and she's like in this guild hall or whatever, looking for a party. She finds like the perfect party, man. You got your witch, you got your or a wizard, I don't know what it was, and just whatever, doesn't matter, the perfect group, right? And man, they're going on this goblin slaying quest, and you're just like, oh shit, this is just gonna be like every fucking MMO anime or whatever, which is fine. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but you just kind of have all these like, I kind of already know what's gonna happen type of things, like in my head I'm like, all right, well, what could possibly happen, right? It's kind of make episode 1 pretty crazy, right? They could probably have this like battle with the goblins. I mean, they have a priest, right? They have a healer, so and everybody doing their thing, and episode 1 might be a little crazy, or maybe episode 2, they might tease you in episode 2, right? And that's how they keep you watching. So all this was going through my mind, right, as they're just walking through this cave. Like, nothing has happened at this point, but in my head, I have this whole fight scene already planned out, or like the gist of it, right? The gist. But what ended up happening is this is gonna be like the spoiler, right? This is gonna be like the spoiler of episode 1, and so what ended up happening was far different than that, far different. So you see. Oh, the only reason why I'm laughing right now is because I never thought like what I saw was what I was about to see. Like in every scenario I ran through my head, not once did I ever land on this is what's going to be happening. So, and you're probably like, oh, what's happening? So let me tell you as PG as I can, right? I'm going to try to be PG, but do know, like, as this is going on right now, you see everything, right? It's like completely uncensored, and you see couple people wet themselves, and you're like, oh, it's not that bad. But then you see them getting like a train ran on them, and you see them like messing with this guy, like cutting off his fingers and stuff, man. And all of this is happening like right in front of this priest, which then she wets herself, and like it's just crazy. And she's just sitting there experiencing like all of this craziness, and this is just all in episode 1. And she's just experiencing everybody just getting trained and just completely just wrecked. And that's where she meets the Goblin Slayer, which then, you know, of course, starts the movie, as he came in all like Terminator and shit and does his thing. I'm not gonna spoil that part, but yeah. So with that being said, what I just explained, that's kind of the vibe, kind of throughout the whole anime. It's like super uncensored and crazy and like graphic and very visual. Everything is visual, like it's crazy, man. I didn't anticipate this. This is like, this anime portrays like the super dark side of goblins and like the craziness they can do, and that's kind of why the story, so like that's why the title Goblin Slayer kind of is like, it's kind of like misleading, because you think it's just gonna be this like, you know, new adventure or whatever. You know, he starts off in the game, you know, slaying goblins, and next thing you know, he's killing the demon lord. But no, that's not even the case, man. This guy is just like, his whole family got trained, you know, and he witnessed it all as a kid, but you know, he got away, and now he wants revenge. He wants revenge on all the goblins, and you get to see this journey he goes on. So then it quickly becomes like, you think it's about the priest, but then it's honestly really about him. So that's why like episode 1 and that group dying and getting trained really doesn't matter, because, you know, it doesn't really start until he gets into the picture, you find out, because it's actually about him and his story and whatnot. And man, honestly, with this one, if you don't want to see like super graphic like stuff, like people, when the people die, like they don't just die, man, they die, like stuff happens to them. And you know, if what I described doesn't sound interesting to you, then I wouldn't watch it. But for those who don't mind it being more, I guess, quote unquote realistic, with the them kind of staying true to like the goblin nature, and you know, kind of want to see, I mean, it ends up being a little bit more than just goblin slaying. I mean, but I'm not going to spoil that. I mean, there's a little bit more to it, but honestly, I mean, you get to see fighting of goblins and stuff, so there's that. But I mean, I sound a little critical on it, but I mean, overall, it was an interesting watch for sure. I would have to rate it like 6 out of 7, maybe. I mean, 6 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10, just because of like I liked and disliked it. Like, I liked it being honest and showing, but and then I feel like they could have toned it down just a bit. Like, I'm not saying remove it all, but I feel like it was just maybe a little bit too much. I feel like they're just kind of like driving it home just a little bit too hard. But outside of that, I don't know. I'm gonna leave this up to you guys, man. You guys tell me, how did you like or dislike this anime? Hey guys, if you really enjoyed my content, please head over to my profile, and if you haven't already, click on that sub button, but then also click on that little bell. That bell will notify you anytime I post up a video, so that way you can always be kept up to date. Thank you guys for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video. If I don't know where I was going. I don't know why I said if. There was like no if in my mind, but yeah, if came out of my mouth. So we're just gonna roll with that. Don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, don't forget to check me out on Facebook and Discord. You know, I do stuff like there, and then all of that information is in the description. But like always, guys, I will see you in the next one.